Thank you for downloading this podcast from the British Theatre Guide. For more information about British Theatre Guide, please visit britishtheatreguide.info.
I'm Steve Orme, the Midlands editor of the British Theatre Guide. Venues around the country are gearing up for their Christmas productions, and as usual, Derby Theatre has gone in for something a little bit different. It'll produce Mike Kenny's adaptation of Hansel and Gretel, the fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm. Shortly we'll be hearing from Craig Anderson and Yana Penrose, who play the two leads. But first, Sarah Brigham, Derby Theatre's artistic director, explains what she looks for when she's choosing a Christmas show.
I guess it's a good story, first of all, a title that might have some recognition, the opportunity to put music in it and dance, because that's our favourite thing, a title that's recognisable, a really good story, maybe something that I had a kind of relationship with as a child, a story that my mum or dad used to tell me. Yeah, just that really, and something that I just think is kind of going to be a family treat. And I suppose with Hansel and Gretel, it's all about overindulgence, isn't it? It's about sweets and Christmas and candy canes and gingerbread houses, and that makes me think of Christmas.
It's a production that isn't brought out all that often, is it? So what did you see in it that you wanted to bring to the Derby public?
There's a couple of things that I really like about it. So one thing is that it's about two ordinary children. Quite often at Christmas we watch stories about princes and princesses and, them kind of overcoming their monsters or whatever, or their wicked stepmothers. And what's great about Hansel and Gretel is it's just a normal girl and boy in a woodcuts family, who beat these who beat the monster, really, and they succeed outside of kind of parental involvement, which I think is really novel and interesting and really empowering for children to watch. And it's very funny, it's a brother and sister. Do they get on? Do they not get on? So I think that's really entertaining at Christmas. And yet the whole thing about the gingerbread house and the candy canes, I just think it's really magical. And that idea, I think every child likes the idea of a house made of light chocolate and gingerbread and sweets. So that felt really, just really Christmassy. It's got that kind of Germanic feel, hasn't it? That's, Christmas markets and, and that lends itself then to the music and et cetera, et cetera.
You talk about the Germanic roots there. It's a Grimm fairy tale, and some people think the original is a little bit grim, so will we see that in your production?
I think we've dealt with the darkness really well. It's Christmas. We're not going to go too grim at the end of the day. This isn't some National Theatre, Chekhovian study of parental abandonment. It's definitely not that. However, it is about two children who are left on their own devices to survive, and they come up against a witch. So it's scary in the way that we want things to be scary. We want a little bit of a little bit of drama, a little bit of suspense, but it's not so scary that you'll run from the theatre screaming. That's what I would say.
In the past few years, so if we look at 2015 you did Cinderella, 2016 Alice in Wonderland, last year Peter Pan, all Mike Kenny adaptations, and this year's is as well. So what does Mike bring to productions?
So an interesting thing about Mike was in a production of Hansel and Gretel, his last acting role, directed by Annie Castledine. So that's it. So, and Moby, our stage manager, brought in the original programme, and there's a very young-looking Mike. He played the part of Dog, which we don't have in our adaptation. He wrote and was in it. But I think what I've tried to do at Christmas is try and create a bit of an ensemble and a bit of a style that our audiences will recognise. So it's actor-musician-led, it's storytelling, it's not panto, but hopefully entertaining with a bit of humour and lightness in there. And it's plays for children, which is what Christmas should be about. And I think with myself and Mike and Ivan, who writes the lyrics and the songs, we've kind of cooked up a bit of a style together, and some of the actors are returning from previous years. And I guess it's that thing of I'm trying to create something that audiences know, a familiarity of what they're going to get at Christmas at Derby Theatre. So they go, we go to Derby Theatre and it's going to be, fun, it's going to be heartwarming, it's going to be a real family experience where nobody feels excluded. So there's not going to be a gag that the kids are going, what are you laughing at that about? But there's also not going to be a bit where the parents are going, oh, I'm really bored about this. It's kind of a real family experience, and that's what we're trying to cook up, because I think that's what Christmas is about.
You mentioned there, though, that the actors have to be able to play instruments as well. So why do you go for that type of person?
Music's really important to me, and I think music's one of those things that brings everyone together. You know, a great song that's a bit of an earworm that you go out singing. I don't think there's much more you can ask for, really. I've worked with Ivan, the composer, for a number of years, and he's a master at doing that, finding these songs that are, I meet parents on the street who go, my kids are still singing that song from flipping Alice in Wonderland or Cinderella or whatever, and you go, oh yeah, sorry. So I think that's really great. And I think also, what can theatre do that cinema can't do? It can put the craft of an actor right up front, in front of you. You know, it's not edited, it's not smooth. They either get it right on the night or they don't get it right on the night. And to see someone play a violin brilliantly and then pick up a double bass and then pick up an accordion and then pick up a flute, it's like, wow, it's really magical, and it's inspirational as well for the children. You know, children watch that and they go, oh, that's really amazing. They don't have to go and see an orchestra to see that. They can see that in something that's really accessible for them.
Anything unusual about this production? Maybe the chorus?
Yes, so our story is told by a gang of rooks, that's crows. So they are a little bit like when we did Cinderella a few years ago and it was told by a gang of rats. They are funny, a kind of band of clowns, really, who take us through this story. And we've dealt with, so some of the darker elements that you talk about, we've kind of dealt with that through those rooks and I think lifted it a little bit. So there's a lovable band of rooks/rogues who kind of tell the story with us and are kind of our storytellers and interpreters.
On a different note, what's Christmas going to be like in your home this year?
Same as always, loads of family, loads of food, nipping into the theatre to check everything's going all right. So just that kind of mixture. And this year I just really want to bring all my family and friends around me and have a brilliant Christmas. I love Christmas. My favourite time of year. So my birthday's on Christmas Eve as well. So I have a double whammy every Christmas. So Christmas becomes pretty special for me.
Craig, you're playing Hansel. How did you get the part?
It was May, I think it was. Got an email through from my agent with an invite to come in and read for the part. I had some little scenes sent to me to have a look over. And it was pretty straightforward, really. We just came in, we met in London, and read through with Yana, who was already there. We did some different variations of the scene. We did a bit of direction. We did some rook stuff, which was fun. It was a little bit crazy. We kicked our shoes off and ran around for a bit. And got the call and got invited to join the company.
It's one of those stories that we don't hear all that much of, so what are you making of it at the moment?
There's a lot of depth in there. I mean, as Sarah said, it is about a real family dealing with real issues that can be related to times at the moment. I love how the journey's narrated through with this chorus of rooks, almost like a dark Greek chorus, and they're all really unique as well.
You're new to Derby Theatre, so what have you made of it so far?
Yeah, I haven't actually had a chance to see much of Derby, actually. I poked my head into the auditorium last week. It's beautiful. I love that it's in the shopping centre as well. It's like a nipped off Sainsbury's and lunch. And we're really lucky to have this rehearsal space as well, which is quite unique for a theatre, a regional theatre, so very lucky to have that.
What are you normally doing at Christmas?
The last couple of years I've been at the Hazlitt in Maidstone, doing a real trad traditional panto there, giving my buttons. So this is lovely to do something different this year, something a little more free-flowing, a little more creative, a little more off the beaten track. Yeah.
Despite it not being a panto, it's still quite a tough schedule. 55 performances, I think it is, over the 5 weeks. So a lot to cope with.
It is. Just got to stay healthy, look after yourself, lots of water, lots of rest, know when to give your best and when to sort of pull back and chill. And it's all about just preservation throughout the run, really. I've been ill on runs before and it's not fun. And you just got to push through to the end. But lots of water, lots of sleep. How did you react when you told you got the part and it's the lead part? Yeah, I was chuffed to bits. It was great. Yeah, it was. I remember it really well. Read at the auditions and then found out on the day and was really excited. I went off for a big dinner to celebrate with a friend and it was great. I was really excited. And what instruments are you playing in this production? Okay, so we'll start with... It may change, there may be more yet. Don't know, Ivan's sitting behind me. So we'll start off with guitar, and then we go into some mandolin, and then we finish up on some ukulele things as well. So that's all songs written by Ivan Stott, is it? Yeah, he's great in that way. He's really open to what you can bring to the table in terms of what you play and what you feel fit, and then we'll sit together. We spend a lot of time together working as an ensemble, working out what instruments fit best and what you can bring to that. It's a lovely way to work.
You did Tonight's the Night with John Barrowman at one stage, so what was that like?
It was great. Yeah, that was about 8 years ago now. We used to live up in Scotland, in Glasgow, and a lot of stuff for the BBC gets filmed up in BBC Scotland, so we were called in to do some BV vocal support with him for his show. He's great. He's exactly what you see. He's big, larger than life, very generous. He's a great guy. He's a real professional.
You're going to be rooting for him in I'm a Celebrity?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I've got the number saved to my phone, so it'll be fine. Yeah, he's gonna have a great time. I mean, that'd be funny to watch. Yeah.
And what's Christmas going to be like for you?
Christmas is a small one this year, which is nice. I've just moved to Chester this year, so first Christmas in our little house. Just me and my partner and a couple of her family and the cat. So we're having a small one. Christmas Eve is what I'm excited for, more than anything. Just getting back and putting a film on, opening a bottle of wine.
And what's after Hansel and Gretel for you?
Back, I'm still decorating, so to finish off the house. I've had a chance to do that. And then, I've got a couple of gigs coming up, so I play privately for some people. But other than that, just getting back home and starting again, really.
Yana, you're no stranger to Derby Theatre. You were here for A Christmas Carol in 2015, and you were also in Jack as well. Yeah.
Wow, Christmas Carol's 2015. Yes, it's my third time. That's nice.
What do you like about the theatre?
What is there not to like, really? I like the way that we all work together. I like the way that Sarah works and bringing us all together. And like you mentioned with Craig just now, what's it like playing the lead? I don't really feel like that is a thing here because we're all a tight group, we're an ensemble, and, we all work together to make that happen. So that's what I like the most, I think. And I like Derby. Yeah, it's nice.
It's a bigger part than you're used to playing here, though, so you coping with that okay?
Yeah, I don't really feel like it's any different, to be honest. It's a bit weird seeing myself on the poster. Bit weird, because it's everywhere. But, Gretel's such a fun character, and it's just really nice to get my teeth sunk into her.
And what instruments are you playing?
The trumpet. And a bit of percussion. And we sing constantly. So, there's a lot going on.
Are you trained in the trumpet at all?
I was just telling this story in the green room. I used to play a lot when I was younger. I don't know what parents would let their child learn the trumpet in a terrace council house, but I did it anyway, my poor neighbours. And then I put it down just because at my school playing instruments, that it wasn't the fun thing or the cool thing to do, so I put it down, unfortunately. And then when I was at drama school, they needed one song playing in a show, and I was the only one I was like, I'll just give it a whack. And then I did. And then I just had to start learning from there, really, because I got my agent from that show. So, I had to hold myself accountable and actually, really learn to play it. But it's a fun instrument to play. I like playing brass. It's loud and,
Have you played it in other productions?
Yes, I played it in Christmas Carol. And then I did a show up at the Manchester Exchange, and that was like jazz music, doing that. So that was fun. I like to play the drums there as well. Wow, I forgot about that.
Are you working on Dinosaur World Live as well?
Yeah, so I did that this year, for 6 months on the UK tour. So that was puppetry. So all the dinosaurs were puppets, and it was a one-woman show, so I also understudied the main girl as well. So, that was a nice skill to kind of perfect. Yeah, it was fun.
You sound as though you're very versatile, so that must allow you to get different types of jobs.
I'd say that I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. No, I think it's good to have as many skills as possible on your CV, and if someone offers you the chance to learn something, that you should just give it a whack and see what happens anyway, and that's what happened with puppetry. So my first puppetry job was at the Little Angel in London, and was quite honest that I'd never had any experience in puppetry, but I'll give it a whack. And then, I got that opportunity to learn on the job, which was really great. So it's good to have as many things as possible on there.
It seems as though that by doing that, you're able to get plenty of work and keep yourself busy.
Yeah, I mean, having an instrument and having puppetry and things definitely has opened up more opportunities than I would have ever had as just like a straight actor. Yeah, which is really nice.
Do you prefer any of them, or do you just like the variety?
I like to be kept on my toes, definitely. Yeah, I love acting music stuff. I feel like I'm always going to be learning new stuff, especially from everyone else in the cast as well. You know, there are so many different instruments and you're hearing conversations that you wouldn't normally hear, and that's really nice to start absorbing stuff. I want to learn how to play the ukulele. So that would be my next thing.
And what's Christmas going to be like for you this year?
My mum, hi Mum, she'll be listening to this, is coming up on the train from Cornwall, and we're just going to have a nice quiet Christmas in Derby, just me and her, cooking dinner and yeah, it's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to it. And resting, eating lots of vegetables.
And what's next after Hansel and Gretel? Anything lined up yet?
Well, I'm going to start the first couple of months of the year developing my own show. I'm writing a one-woman show at the moment, so that will be happening. And then I'm joining the Royal Court's Young Writers Group as well, which was a bit of a shock to me to be accepted into that, but that's exciting. So I'm going to be, writing for the first couple of months, and then who knows? It's exciting, isn't it?
Hansel and Gretel runs at Derby Theatre from Friday the 30th of November until Saturday the 5th of January.
You've been listening to a podcast from British Theatre Guide. For more information, please visit britishtheatreguide.info.